So, phase 3 of the project begins. I'm here at Co Terminal in the Skeco O system, and I'm here to implement what I've been working towards out in Colonia all this time, as you're about to see. Just waiting for these pictures to load. They seem to be taking their time. It's not necessary to wait for them to load, but it's good to see who I'm dealing with. Here we go, George Love. Oh yes, I'm getting one of these bad boys. And before I hit that button, I need to make sure I don't miss a step. That's what it's going to be called. And hit that button.
Incoming message.
Okay, if the vendor system is full, has no space for carrier, it will be deployed automatically to the nearest system with the carrier administration service, which I will need. In this case it's L190-21, which is only one jump away. So next destination is there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and dock with the carrier and continue the configuration of it.
Docking clamps retracted. Go for departure.
Travelling through hyperspace, if you haven't guessed, to the next system. Okay, there now. I'm here in the target system. Just got to locate the carrier. To do that, I need to turn off the filter. The filters out fleet carriers. There tends to be a lot of them in many systems, and then we'll find mine amongst them. There it is, highlighted in yellow. Okay, targeted. Now I've got to find out where it is. The compass on my instrument panel is showing me which direction I need to be going, and it's there. Oh, very funny. Ha 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 ha. The joke's on me by the look of things. Let's park it right next to the star. Okay, let's see if I can dock. This is, yeah, right, just on the edge of the corona. I don't think this is going to be too easy, is it? I don't like this. Yeah. This shows just how close to that star we actually are. To be honest, I don't like the odds here. I don't like the odds at all. I'm at 49%. This is not good. I'm getting hotter. If I'm not careful, I'm going to burn up at this star. Or worse, if I get too close, I'll get dropped out of supercruise and I'm dead. Carriers are invincible in this game. They can be partnered about anywhere and they're not going to be affected, but obviously anyone trying to dock on it. Whose bright idea was to put it there? I guess they saw the name and thought they'd take it a bit literally, do they? I'll explain the meanings behind that later. Well, this is a very good alternative explanation. Alright, let's try another angle, see if I can get it another way. I might be able to get the approach vector right, I might be able to get to it without burning up in the process. I don't like getting this close to stars. Edge of returning, that's the other side of the star. Looks like it's miles away from there. The concerning thing is my fuel scoop hasn't disengaged the whole time, so close to the star I am. So any time I get this close to a star, it's a fuel scoop, not to This is really not good. I don't like being this close to the star. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to end up losing my ship from the dock. This is just ridiculous. Problem is I need to get on board to finish the configuration, so... Think of something else, don't I? Now I've not done this before. Somewhere is a way to remotely manage the carrier from the ship, but I don't know where it is. It's not on this panel. The other answer, if I really can't do this, is to command a jump, get the carrier to move elsewhere in the system. Once I found out how to do it remotely. So I've never had one of these before, so I'm new to this whole thing. Oh look, a solar flare right next to it. Oh great! You really are having a laugh now. I'm not going to survive flying into that, come on. Yeah. Let's park it where you can't dock on it. Ha 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 ha. I don't think this is going to happen somehow. I'll try one more attempt. This looks like suicide to me, flying up to a star. These are solar flares will move around a bit. I think I need another approach. I need to command a carrier jump, get it to move elsewhere in the system. Okay. Or we'll go away and find out how to do that, get that to happen, get it moved, and then we'll try docking and completing the configuration of this flat. I think that's the best course of action. What I'm going to do now though is I'm going to drop out of Super and just chill out in space a minute while I get a bit more information. So, a little bit later on now, I've been away and done a bit of work. I've got the carrier moved elsewhere in the system. Somewhere a bit cooler. I'm now in a different ship, as you can see. I'm in the T9. I'm in the process of transferring my fleet to the carrier, which means flying out all over the bubble, picking up the ships from the various stations they're at, and bringing them back to the ship. This is the first one I've gone out and got. We're now orbiting a planet further out in the system, as you can see. It's quite close to it, looks quite close to it, but it's not as close as it appears. Unlike the star, it doesn't blast heat at me and solar flares and gases and God knows what else. So we get a first look at my new ship. Now, fleet carriers are very different to normal ships. They're like aircraft carriers in space. A mobile base for operations, which can house our entire fleet and other people's as well if I allow them to. We can have meetings on there, parties on there, you name it. Do a great deal of things which we'll click into a bit further through. So the light isn't the best here. And I'm looking at That's Blaine, my AI flight controller. Fleet carrier is run by a crew, a base crew of 20. They do the maintenance and operations. And unlike an onboard ship, you don't actually fly your own carrier, you command it by the crew. They do the day-to-day operations, which is great. That's docking.
Docking request approved. Head to your allocated pad.
Thank you, Blaine. I'm just going to find my allocated pad now. Like pad 4. Okay, I'm in a large ship, so it's going to be one of the large pads. And it's a local system authority vessel, I suspect, flying around over there. Yeah, this is the bottom of the carrier I'm looking at. Approached it from below, so I need to get around the top. So what I'm going to do... Actually, now what I'll do is I'll go to the rear of the carrier and approach from there. It's easier, especially in something this size. You know, the Type 9 transporter is the largest freighter in the game. It is massive. Total capacity 720 tons. Some describe as a flying warehouse. Very, very useful for bulk hauling, but also very slow and unwieldy in supercruise. Okay, the lighting's coming up now, so see some of the starlights coming around the corner. Those are the engines we're looking at there. Keeping the ship in orbit. I'm looking at the top of the cockpit right now. So I position the ship and line up for landing. Right, get back to forward view. Pad 4 is there in front of me, look at that. We'll take a closer look at the outside of the carrier a little bit later. If you may notice, to my left as I'm approaching now is the command deck, flight control tower if you like. On this type of carrier it's off to one side, so it's out of the way as I come in for landing. Not all of them have it there. We'll see a bit more of that a bit later. That's a system authority vessel checking to look for illegal activities going on around this carrier. As I am, this ship is completely empty at the moment. It's just being moved.
Landing gear deployed.
Yes, the green landing part markers are me. I did that. Almost. Not quite there. Okay, when the marker turns blue, it's going to be all in the right position. There we are, and straight down from here, not too hard, don't slam it into the pad, and we're on. Go docked, let's crank it.
Contact confirmed. Commence shutdown. Welcome,
Let's try and
Commander.
zoom out a little bit, that's better. This is the MV Blue Yonder. A bulk freighter, very large, heavy, slow, but you can make a lot of money with one of these. Sheer quantity of stuff you can move, and it's going to play a pivotal role in the carrier, as you'll see later on in a future video. This is its new home. Welcome aboard the Stellar Brilliance. There's the control tower at the back. On 4th floor is the command deck. See, the positioning off to one side enables the ships to come into land without it getting in the way, because other types of carrier have it in the centre. You have to fly around it. Anyway, let's get down to the hangar. From there, we can check out the interior of the carrier. Like the hatches closing overhead. Seal the hangar. And now pressurise. So now we're down in the hangar. Just going to get out the ship and have a look round. Let's go and see the new home.
No gravity.
Check out my new base.
Magnetic contact active.
Only the Empire can show you the way, really. Yeah, I'm not aligned to any of the Federation or the Empire, so I'm neutral. Or lawless as they like to call it, but that doesn't mean doing anything illegal. Of course I'm in an imperial system right now. No, I'm not. I lie. I'm in a federal system. God, I don't even know. I've not really been here before, this system. It's just the fat carrier got parked here, so here I am. Let's go on that lift. Okay. Now, it's the first time I've ever been on board this carrier, so I hope you're on your break. Scream, there's a bar! Oh yes, I've got a bar on my carrier. Let's have a look round, shall we? Look at these green seats. Couldn't ask for better, could I? Lovely ambience here.
I nearly punched my canopy out.
Quite the ambience here, isn't it? As you can see, they're smaller than the station bar. And on the moment, Nadia. But I'm sure I will later on. Yep, nice little view of space. Funky tunes playing. I would hang around just in the music, but let's get on with the tour. Okay, straight ahead is an entrance for a service I haven't installed. These closed shutters are where other services can be installed in the carrier, but at considerable cost, so they may come later on. Right now, today, here are the escape pods. For anyone unfortunate enough to find us on the carrier and I then jump it somewhere else and they didn't want to be there, they can leave. Okay, disregard the appearance in the in there. At the time this particular video is recorded, some of the changes hadn't taken effect, so what you saw just now, what you see here, will differ slightly, as you can see. There were some technical troubles getting the configuration to apply correctly, so please excuse the anomalies. Them seats are pretty nice too. I've tried them out, they're not bad. Sorry, not economy class. And here, there's my guard, I don't know her name. This is the command deck, restricted only to myself, my flight crew, and my own personal guests. This is the command deck, and seats my guests. Who is buzzing out there? Don't know. They're my flight crew. There's various NPCs landing. I really want to know who is doing that. Oh well. We'll ignore that for now. That's my personal command chair used during jumps. I'm not sure what this panel was. And this is my personal office. How about that? My very own personal quarters. Nice view over the landing pads, and someone's playing silly buggers out there. If you're going to land. Anyway. There we are. Carrier operations, my own seat at my own desk. I can sit, put my feet up, and my own coffee machine. How about that? With a happy face too. Couldn't ask for more. The epitome of prestige. Good place for private meetings too, if I ever need to have any. I'm sure I will. Let's have a look at this screen. Oops, I think I didn't mean to stand quite so close to it. I need to change out of that suit. I really do, I keep forgetting I'm wearing it. Yeah, bartender installed. I haven't installed the other services, partly because I don't need them right now, also because they cost a lot of money. And I'll be better installing those when I actually need them. Let's sit down here instead, shall we? I do rather like this green-orange theme. It's quite tasteful and pure green. It just does it for me. That's an air conditioner on the roof, I think. fact, let's go back downstairs. More crew standing around. I hope you're on break. I don't pay you to stand around chatting. And more. I know it's a brand new vessel. Shouldn't need too much doing to it right now anyway, but what's the point, is it? And what the hell are these things? Who put those there? Oh no, that was Stanford, my deck officer. Get this crap out of my fighter hangar. Anyway. It's back in the ship. We're going to take a look around outside. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at the outside of the carrier. We're going to start off inside. Perversely. Go to the carrier management screen. There it is. All its glory. It's a Fortune class carrier now. This rolling overview is actually a live view of outside the carrier. I see the NPC ships coming and going. So I'll just let it roll to get a good look around. The landing pads down the centre, as you can see, they're the large pads. The ones on the side, both sides, are medium and small pads respectively. The smalls are to the front, two each side. The flashing lights are navigation lights advising showing pilots which direction they need to be facing when they dock. Its carriers do not rotate the ship in the hangar like a base and starport does. The maximum jump range of one of these is 500 light years, at a cost of rather a lot of fuel consumption doing it, but it does mean you can reach places you can't get to in other ships. Unlike any other vessel, I can take my entire fleet with me. I'll go anywhere in the galaxy. I have every ship I need available. It's a mobile base of operations, so I can deploy short-range ships. I can go trading, mining, exploring, visiting settlements, do whatever I want. I don't have to depend on other stations. I've also got a commodities market on board to sell whatever I want, really, whatever I can get my hands on for the right money. Bartender does a good trade in on-foot materials, which my other outer account will be most interested in when the time comes. And that is a keelback coming down to that medium pad there. Medium pad behind it, I see is out of service at the moment. I think it's because the hatches are closed, and it's probably the one that I docked on when I arrived. Therefore my ship is in the hangar at the moment. So that pad is out of use, is occupied. The long pointy things at the front are sensor probes, not guns, so are those at the rear end. The weapons on the fleet carrier are all along the sides of the landing pads. They're armed with a number of laser batteries. Any ship assaulting or attacking the carrier or threatening it will be destroyed. End of story. Same as a station would do. They have laser batteries on the outside to defend them. You shoot the station will shoot you. And you will not win. See one of the small pads there, pad 15, that's lit up, that's a small pad. Pad number 8, in the centre is a large pad, and number 11 is a medium pad. I have ships in all three classes, so they all get used. The object of this screen is where the management of the carrier takes place, so install services, remove them, I can suspend services, I can change prices at the commodity market, I can instruct the carrier to jump, plot the next jump somewhere else, all manner of things we can do in there. Now, let's go outside and actually take a real look with our own eyes, shall we? Pad number 8, so we just look on the outside.
Clamps released, and you're away.
Too close. I forgot how close I actually was. With a conventional starport, you have to fly inside the docking bays, it's pressurised. With an outpost, you don't. The landing pad is out there, it's exposed to space. Fleet carrier is the same, you just land on the deck, on the flight deck. Let's take a look underneath. All of this you don't see on the management screen. It's quite low under here, though I don't understand what most of it does. Just turn on the ship's lights and try and get a look at what it is under here. I'm not sure what half of this stuff does, but it looks good. In fact, modern automation only requires a crew of 20 to run this entire ship, plus the services crews with the bartender, geneticist if I had visitors nights on board, cartographer if I installed that service, ship salesman if I had that service, which I haven't. Might be fuel tanks, possibly sitting underneath them. I'm not sure if they are. Fleet carrier runs on tritium, as opposed to helium, powers normal ships. Rather more expensive, but it can be obtained in starports at a reasonable price, or mined from icy rings, so it takes a long time, I'm told, to get enough to go anywhere. There's a command deck sticking up from the top there. Top of this tower. I'm trying to get too close, so we'll get a good look. Red lights mean do not go here. In this case of the command deck, beware. Obstruction, do not fly into it. I'm not sure what those stick up things are at the back. We come around the front, there is the windows we were looking out of earlier. Get close enough and turn the lights off, which I realise are still on. Should be able to see into the command deck. There we go, look at that. They'll not be too impressed with me flying ships around right their way. See into my private office. There's supporting structure, a whole load of infrastructure down here. Just going to back off a bit too close to. Of course, also got to make sure I don't get in the path of ships arriving or departing. Well, won't be departing this direction, but they'll be arriving in this direction. Now we're going to dock. Let's go back to the hangar.
Permission granted. A landing pad has been assigned to you, Commander.
Thank you, Blake. Same pad I was on just now. I'd hope to give you the same pad this time. Says you're flying over the other side.
Landing gear
The
deployed.
medium and small pads are located on the sides of the carrier, leaving the space in the centre for the large pads, as you can probably see. With time and practice I'll get used to the pad numbering, know which one's which and which one is where, so I don't have to go looking for it each time I come in at the end.